Sweet, sweet revenge. There's nothing as satisfying as watching a hero lose all control and rage against the ones who wronged them. The way you feel when you watch the evil douchebags get put to their places is pure gold. Which is why in today's video, I've compiled a list of the deliciously dark and oh so satisfying anime moments where the bullies get knocked out of their senses. But before we jump into the listing, take a moment to subscribe to my channel for more such top 10s and other anime related content.
折原マイルです。折り紙の原っぱに前に流れるでマイルです。よろしくね。
Our girl Myru from Durarara is a bit on the crazy side, and that's exactly why she became an instant hit among her schoolboys. But that didn't sit well with her fellow female classmates, so they tried to bully her by writing mean things on her desk. But when they realized they messed with the wrong girl, it was already too late. Our girl scopes out the culprits, takes one of them down, and then in her coldest moment yet, she threatens the bully with thumbtacks to her mouth, asking to snitch on her gang leader. Absolutely diabolical.
3秒だけ時間あげるね。主犯は誰？3、2、1、0。
It's always the shy and silent girls who face the brunt of bullying in high school, and Magical Sight Girl takes this concept to the extreme. A group of girls torture our main character Aya in every way imaginable. From beating her up to dunking her head in the toilet, these scumbags go so far to the point that this poor girl wakes up every day wanting to die. The only comfort she had in her life was caring for this stray cat. But even that didn't last long as the lowlives went out of their way to do something horrible to the kitten. And when Aya finds out about this, she reaches her breaking point and just yeets two of the bullies out of existence with her magical gun.
もし本当ならどうかこの地獄を終わらせて。何これ。
Now, when the other bullies confront Aya about their friend's death, fully intending to do something really terrible to her, this time-stopping magical girl comes to her rescue and slits one of the bullies' throat in cold blood.
はい、不慮の事故の出来上がり。
あのさ、ムカつくんだよね、いい子ぶって。ママからみたいね。貸して。はい。
Apparently, being popular is a grave sin according to the Council of High School Bullies, and as such, our girl Berlinetta from Vivid Strike gets ganged up by her classmates because of that. Now they started bullying her day in and day out, messing with her in all sorts of ways. They even go as far as beating her up so badly to the point she falls unconscious. But when they destroyed her phone and made her miss saying final goodbyes to her grandfather, she just had enough of it and beats her bullies to a bloody pulp. Now you might think this is where the incident ends, but no. One of the bullies plays the victim card and makes her family believe that Berlinetta beat her up for no reason. Fueled by rage, the girl's brother kidnaps Berlinetta and starts using her like a punching bag. But before things could get any worse, this martial artist comes to her rescue and saves our girl after easily dominating every single one of the kidnappers. Anyone who bullies others is scum, but those who hurt an animal to do so are worse than scum. Our girl Lucy had been bullied over and over again and was already at her breaking point. This is exactly when those devil spawns decide to mess with her by torturing her poor dog. They threatened to hurt the dog and demanded that she cry and beg for their forgiveness. But when things didn't go their way, these bullies did the worst thing possible. They literally beat the dog to death without feeling any guilt whatsoever. In fact, they seemed very pleased with what they've done. And while they might have been kids who did that, they completely crossed the line and totally deserved Lucy's rage.
人じゃないのはお前らの方だ。うわっ。うちのママも言ってたぞ。お前の母ちゃん淫乱だって。じゃあお前もエロいんだろ。ほら。
Kids have always ridiculed Kana-o since her childhood because her mom keeps getting new husbands. Thanks to that, they called her names and even started bullying her. Now, to make matters worse, her new stepfather was a total perv who kept peeping on her shamelessly. While she practiced a lot of restraint, the harassment went too far. She had to let her fists do the talking. Of course, her stepfather also gets a well-deserved beating, after which our girl declares that she'll live on her own. Next up is a brilliant justice-served moment from Little Busters, where these three bullies get a reality check. From tearing up notebooks to hiding pins inside shoes, these girls did all awful things. But when the victims' friends find out about this, it's game over. At first, the bullies tried to deny everything they did, asking for proof as if they were innocent. But after hearing a tape recording of them practically confessing to their crimes, their attitude changes. They act all cocky and try to threaten the good guys into submission. But our girl Kurugaya had enough of their bullshit and breaks a friggin' door, and declares that the next kick will land on their faces if they keep this up. And the way the bullies run for their lives is absolutely satisfying.
二度と私に関わるな。この。
Next up is a classic case of high school bullying, where this poor guy gets treated like trash every single day. But then after talking to our MC about it, he reached his breaking point, ready to end it all right there. Later that day, he confronts his bully, throws him a knife, and challenges him to a duel. The way the bully gets weak-legged after realizing the guy was dead serious is so satisfying to watch. These school kids went a little too far with their bullying, and it was their worst mistake. In this moment from the fruits basket, these boys forced our girl to eat a lizard just because she looked gloomy and distant like a witch. And what happens next is something we never saw coming. Our girl wishes with all her heart that the bully would drop dead, and he actually ends up falling lifeless on the floor. Luckily, he just went unconscious because of our girl's mysterious powers, but that incident definitely taught him a lesson. Even robots aren't safe from bullies. This adorable android from Eden Zero gets beaten up and tortured badly to the point it gets PTSD. This guy brutalized the robo-girl in order to make her forget about her registered owner, so that he can use her for his own benefit. And when our MC who loves robots as much as humans finds out about this, he absolutely destroys the bald villain. And there's another more sadistic scene from the same series where this girl literally gets brain damage because of trauma. This scumbag scientist makes her watch as he tears apart her brother piece by piece. And when their friends accidentally meet this guy, he gets wrecked in the most satisfying beatdown in the entire anime. In this moment from the 7 Deadly Sins, this poor boy gets bullied because his father is a hated man in town. Not only do the bullies steal his hard-earned money, they also beat him up and even throw a stone at him when his sister was treating his wound. Later that very day, after putting her kid brother to sleep, this caring big sister becomes the devil herself and makes sure the bullies never mess with him again.
私もよ。あなたのためなら何でもするわ。
Next up is this unforgettable moment from Bunny Girl Senpai, where our chat MC dominates his bullies like a pro. These dudes were laughing at this poor girl, saying mean things about her. This is when our MC steps in to defend his friend. He laughs back at the bullies and completely mocks them before their leader throws a mean punch at our guy. Given our MC's physical prowess, we all thought he wasn't gonna fight back, but boy, did he surprise us. After delivering a shin kick and a shoe to the face, he tells the bully that he had stepped on poop the other day and makes a complete joke out of the tough guy.
うんこ踏んだんで。
クリーニング代弁償するよな。
あなたたちが自転車でぶつかったんじゃ。
Next up is this scene from I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, where our girl Sakura destroys this a-hole who was messing with an elderly woman in public. Not only does this guy push the old lady down, he tries to extort money out of her for his mistake. When a nearby shop owner tries to point that out, he acts like a thug and demands money from her instead. This is when our girl Sakura comes to the rescue and tells him off, saying that he was the one in the wrong to ride a bike in a restricted zone. Of course her words fell on deaf ears, so she had to do this.
おばあちゃんの敵
And the people actually loved it so much they cheered her on. It's almost an unwritten rule in anime for the bullies to mess with the transfer student. And the same thing happens in World Trigger as the bullies mess with our boy Kuga, who just transferred to their school. They kept throwing paper balls at him, and finally when our guy confronts them about it, they pass it off as a harmless Japanese greeting. So Kuga, after hearing their excuse, decides to greet them back real good.
何してんだてめえ。
おや、挨拶では。
たが最初から出せばいいのによ。うるせえな。
This unlucky group of thugs were bullying a person and extorting money from him. Our MC sees this, beats them up, and casually disposes them like the trash that they are.
こんだけかよ。あ。俺たちが悪かった。だからもう。
Next up is this infamous moment from Plastic Neesan, where the bullies get bullied by this dude. The way these guys run for their lives is simply hilarious.
てめえほらいい加減におれ。おれ。待て。
そいつらを話してもらおうか。
食いに来た。いいから乗りなさい。
And guys, if you love watching a hero go all out and rage against their enemies, check out these insane revenge kills in anime that totally goes hard. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.